I turned 18 in a place where I couldn't understand the language, couldn't read the signs, couldn't rely on anyone but myself and a few friends. And that was the whole point. See, 18 doesn't really feel like adulthood. It feels like you're walking into a forest with no GPS. And at the same time, it's weird because it's the oldest you've ever been, but it's the youngest that you'll ever be. Japan, or anywhere unfamiliar, gives you a space to exist without your current identity. You don't have to be the responsible one, the smart kid, or whatever version people see of you. You just are. I got lost so many times on sides of streets that all looked the same, in stations with 40 different exits, and on trains that were going the complete wrong way. And every time I'd feel that same innate instinct rise up, the urge to fix it, and fix it fast, make it make sense. But then I realized there wasn't anywhere I even had to be. There's no such thing as off track when you're not chasing anything. Getting lost to me became the point, and that's when I started to slow down, not physically, but mentally. And with me being in a new place, I was at peace with being lost. See, back at home, being alone always felt like a punishment, or that I was missing out or falling behind. See, and even though I had my friends around me, I realized that being alone is different than being lonely. And on my trip, I really did value the moments where I was completely alone, because there was something so peaceful to me about walking through a park and nobody speaking my language, or going on a bus and nobody looking up at me. Just moving through life with no obligation to speak. And for the first time in my life, I understood that that's not necessarily what isolation is. It could be easily, but at the same time, in a cities full of people, millions at a time, it was space. It was space to feel whatever it is you're actually feeling without needing to package it up for somebody else. They say adulthood is about responsibility, but not once in my life has anyone actually ever defined what that feels like. Because for me, it wasn't a big moment that was life-changing. It was a bunch of small series of events. Paying for something and having a conversation with somebody who doesn't even speak your language. Getting somewhere on time in the middle of nowhere without Google Translate doing all the work. Realizing something for the first time in my life, that there was no supervision, there was no experienced person or adult or parent coming and double checking to make sure that me and my friends booked the right train ticket. It didn't feel like freedom in the sense of a movie. It felt like presence. A few 18-year-olds became solely responsible for what happened next. And the weird part was, it kind of felt good. It makes the world more quiet and simpler. Yours to fuck up in and yours to succeed. I still remember the smells of grilled fish at 7 a.m. I remember that each train station had its own individual chime for when you'd step off. The way that you could walk 1 block away and suddenly hear nothing at all. For the first time in a while, I started noticing everything. The way the vending machines glowed at night, the way everything got silent right before your next train, the way I could hear my own footsteps moving around a quiet Tokyo at 2 a.m. I don't think that I've ever listened to the world like that before. And when you're far away from your habits, your senses start to wake up. Because all the noise that you've previously known and gotten so used to through daily routine just disappears. And you start hearing and noticing the smallest things again. I didn't book a trip to Japan with the intent of changing my life, but definitely I would say that my perspective got shifted. I don't think it's fair to say that I grew up on the trip, but rather just caught up with myself after a while. Turning 18 in a place where nobody knew me actually let me see myself and who I was without all of the outside noise. You only become an adult once. And that's a feeling that I'm probably going to carry with me for the rest of my life. Not all the food, the photos, and the souvenirs, but becoming an adult for the first and only time. And realizing no matter what, the best way is always to move forward. Not necessarily like somebody that has it all figured out, but just rather someone who's okay with starting over.